What is up, guys? Del Boy here. So according to Artur Beterbiev's promoter, Yvonne Michel, Artur Beterbiev is likely to return to the ring in December and most likely against Joe Smith Jr., the light heavyweight contender. The fight may take place on the undercard of Canelo Alvarez versus Rocky Fielding. That is providing the card is on DAZN. If it's not on DAZN, he's likely to be moved to another card in December that is on DAZN. So he is going to be fighting on DAZN, but it's likely to be against Joe Smith Jr. And I've got to be honest, Joe Smith Jr., he is what he is. You know, he's quite limited, but he's a guy who carries punching power, and he's a guy who will come to fight. You know, Joe Smith Jr., we've seen him in the past. You know, his power isn't a joke. He knocked out Andre Fonfara in one round. That was a shock win. He then retired Bernard Hopkins. He knocked him out. He dropped Sullivan Barrera. He actually lost that fight. He broke his jaw in that fight, but went the distance. So, you know, Joe Smith Jr., he's limited, but he's fought at a decent level in recent years, and he's a guy who comes to fight, and he's very tough. I kind of view him as a fringe contender. You know, is he top 10 in the division? Maybe, maybe not, but he's certainly top 15. He's that type of fighter, so I've got no real issue with this fight because I think Joe Smith Jr., like I say, he does bring a danger with that punching power, so there's always a puncher's chance for him. And as we know, in the past, Beterbiev has been dropped a couple of times in his pro career, most notably in his last fight against Callum Johnson. So Beterbiev versus Joe Smith Jr. is a very fun fight in my opinion. And I just want to see Beterbiev stay active. I've got a horrible feeling we've missed out on this guy's prime because of how inactive he's been and the promotional issues he's had. You know, in Beterbiev's last two performances, you know, people had criticisms about them. So maybe that is just because he's been inactive. Maybe if he fights again in quick succession, we will see a better version of Beterbiev, a more sharper version of Beterbiev. That is definitely possible. You know, some fighters definitely struggle with inactivity and it does affect their performances. Maybe Beterbiev is one of those fighters. I just have this horrible feeling we've missed his best years. But like I say, it's good to see him stay active. So hopefully this fight happens in December, and providing he wins, he can then go on into 2019 and get some big unification fights with the likes of Dmitry Bivol, the Elijah Alvarez Kovalev 2 winner, you know, Stevenson Vodzik winner. They're the type of fights I want to see Beterbiev take in 2019, and these two fights in quick succession will definitely stand him in good stead going into next year, providing he beats Joe Smith Jr. of course. But I think this is good news, I've got to be honest. I am a fan of Beterbiev. He was my favourite fighter as an amateur, and when he turned pro I was very, very excited, but his pro career hasn't developed like I thought it would. Like I said, promotional issues, trouble staying active, fighters avoiding him. You know, Beterbiev hasn't had it easy. So hopefully, you know, it starts to pan out for him. Hopefully this move to DAZN provides him some good fights. What do you guys make of Artur Beterbiev versus Joe Smith Jr.? Do you think Joe Smith Jr. can pull off an upset? After watching Beterbiev versus Callum Johnson, could he land that perfect shot? I do think it's a possibility. Joe Smith Jr. hits hard enough, no doubt about it, so although I feel Beterbiev is much more advanced in terms of skills, you know, there is that danger element there of Joe Smith Jr. being a legitimate puncher. So it's a fight I want to see. What do you guys think? Peace.